KSEE024, local news that matters. Local news that matters. This is KSEE024 News Sunrise.
Coming up, a lawsuit towards California prisons for allegedly using racist practices toward inmates.
Plus, Yosemite finally settling down, ready to reopen after anticipation of rising water, but it wasn't as bad as many thought.
And a high school showing the internet how a rally is supposed to be done. KSEE Sunrise starts now.
Was that Rihanna or a high school? Good morning. Welcome to KSEE024 Sunrise. I'm Brody Logan.
And I'm Tara Mitchell. Thank you so much for waking up with us. Brody, nice to have you back. Friday, you were very, very missed. So.
No, I heard there was a lot going on Friday, and I'm sad I missed it.
Well, I mean, it's always a party.
I mean, the party, the heat party, went all the way through the weekend, but now I wake up today, I get back in town, it's like, oh,
winter.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind high 90s if I know a couple days later we're going to get some cool breeze.
Yeah, it's cool out there now. It would felt a lot like summer. It feels like spring today, but winter is just a day away. Let's take you outside to our valley cam to show you what's going on this morning. We're going to keep the breezes going throughout the day, and you'll notice a little bit more cloud cover, but things look all right here from our valley cam out at Sunmade in northwest Fresno. And of course, our temperatures much cooler than the weekend. We were in the mid to upper 90s Friday into Saturday. Now we're going to be in the 60s for the North Valley. Fresno and the South Valley is still holding on to the 70s, and those winds will be close to 15 to 20 miles an hour for a good portion of the valley. Right now, things will be dry for the valley, but there's the chance of some showers moving in for tonight. Already got a little bit of precipitation trying to pick up in the mountain communities. We're not talking about those type of storms we had January, February into March, but we're getting a little bit of rain as we kick off the month of May. We'll talk more about this cool down in a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
Well, take a look at this rescue that happened over the weekend in Marin County. 3 U.S. Air Force service members had witnessed a car plunging more than 500 feet over the side of a cliff where it was wedged against a tree. The airmen lowered themselves down the ravine to call for help. Air crews from the Sonoma County Sheriff's Office were able to hoist the victim to safety and transferred the victim to a medical chopper where the driver was flown to a trauma center with major injuries. As of now, everyone is expected to be okay. After hours of search and rescue teams found the wreckage of a single-engine plane that crashed Saturday night. The pilot was the only person on board, found dead at the scene. Search efforts began shortly after air traffic controllers lost contact with the plane. Search efforts were hampered by thick ground, fog, and rugged terrain, but rescuers used the plane's emergency beacon and the pilot's phone to find the plane. The FAA and the NTSB are investigating the crash.
Well, wildfire burning on San Bernardino County continued through the weekend. Well, so far it has burned more than 200 acres, and it's almost up to 50% contained. According to officials, the blaze posed no immediate threat to populated areas as it burns steep terrain deep in the forest. Right now, the cause of that fire is under investigation.
California's prison system facing a new lawsuit by the ACLU alleging racist practices against inmates. According to that lawsuit, certain prisoners singled out because of their perceived race. The ACLU says corrections officials contact ICE agents to refer inmates who appear, in their words, foreign-born. They claim those inmates are flagged, placed on immigration holds, even if they are U.S. citizens or lawful residents. The Department of Corrections says it is reviewing the lawsuit.
Well, a new report says California saw a 10% increase in pedestrian traffic deaths over a 3-year period. Well, according to the Governor's Highway Safety Association, over 500 pedestrians were killed in crashes involving vehicles in California in 2022. Along with that, a nearly 10% increase from 2019. Well, that report also found pedestrian deaths are up 70% nationwide since 2010. The surge they attribute to more large vehicles out there on the roads.
The manhunt continues for a Texas suspect who targeted his neighbors in a deadly shooting rampage late Friday. 5 people killed, including a 9-year-old boy.
That's right. Well, police and the FBI say they have now widened their search to as far as 20 miles from the scene of the crime, and they're offering a reward in hopes it will lead to the suspect's arrest. Jared Hill has the latest from New York.
The FBI says hundreds of law enforcement officers from over a dozen agencies are actively searching for 38-year-old Francisco Oropesa, the man suspected of killing 5 of his neighbors Friday night in Cleveland, Texas. Authorities are now offering $80,000 in reward money in an effort to turn up any leads.
We're asking everyone for your help.
According to officials, the suspect's rampage started late Friday night after a neighbor asked him to stop shooting his gun in his yard so they could put their baby to sleep. That's when investigators say Oropesa, who had been drinking, took an AR-style rifle to the neighbor's house and opened fire, killing 5. The youngest victim, identified as Daniel Enrique Lasso. He was just 9 years old. Daniel's mother was also killed.
So remember him.
Daniel's father, Wilson Garcia, along with other relatives and members of the community, came together for a prayer vigil yesterday.
We're looking for closure for this family.
Authorities have recovered the rifle believed that Oropesa allegedly used in the shootings, but they say he could still be armed and dangerous.
Yosemite National Park set to fully reopen later this morning. It was closed over the weekend because of potential flooding concerns. The eastern portion of the park, from El Capitan Bridge all the way to the east, Yosemite Village Lodge, was set to be in a flood watch area because the Merced River was expected to rise above crest level. But park officials say that didn't happen. The Yosemite Valley portion of the park reopened yesterday. The rest of the park set to open at 7 this morning. However, officials are still monitoring the river levels. Temperatures getting higher. That means more water in the river. That could lead to more potential closures.
We may see additional flooding, but we're all keeping a very close eye on that and ensuring that visitors and guests are safe when they come into the park.
The National Weather Service says the Merced River tends to flood every 5 to 7 years. The last time the river flooded was in 2017. The last time before that was 6 years ago in 2011, so it's pretty much right on pace.
You know, I still need to go there. I haven't been there since I moved here.
Oh, me either.
Oh, yeah, well, you've been here how many years? 3?
3.
You need to go. We'll go.
Some of it. Now it's just becoming a thing. KSEE 24 Sunrise Time 5:07.
And still ahead, we take a look at the possible writer's strike and how that will affect television across the board if an agreement isn't made soon.
Are we going to lose our writing team?
I hope not.
Yeah, could happen. I'll ad lib. First, your 40 forecast brought to you by Buzz Allergy. The top pollens are oak, ash, and birch. We're in the low to medium range through Thursday. It was a summer-like weekend, and now we got a winter-like week ahead of us. I'll explain as KSEE Sunrise continues.
There are terrific stories highlighting education across the valley.
Stories of remarkable students and teachers, innovative programs and curriculum.
Dedicated to improving our communities.
The Fresno County Superintendent of Schools and KSEE-24 are committed to sharing these achievements
through stories that focus on educational excellence in our community.
Education Matters, Mondays at 6:30 on KSEE-24, local news that matters.
Made possible by EECU, Fresno State, and Chevron.
Should I get a business credit card?
I don't know.
Where can I get capital to expand my business?
Holy smokes, I think I just saw a UFO.
Business owners have questions.
How often should I run payroll?
Egg roll, a deep-fried appetizer.
No, payroll.
Blowhole, a marine geyser.
Hey, roll.
I can answer your questions. And with your local Valley Strong, you always have somewhere to turn. Valley Business is Valley Strong.
Loud garage doors sound like bum, 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 bum. Usually customers don't know that their garage doors are loud until we get there and we fix it, and then they're like, wow, this is so much quieter than it used to be. Precision is here to help.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
1,000 positions hiring. Endless opportunity. Benefit from world-class training. A 6-figure starting salary. And make a positive difference in your community. Apply now, scan the code, or visit jointhechp1000.com.
If you're looking for a new career, become an attorney. Make it happen at San Joaquin College of Law.
I was a paralegal for about 20 years, and I worked for a large law firm in Fresno, and the attorney I worked for encouraged me to go to law school. Even though I was an older student, I still felt like I was part of a community. I would say that San Joaquin is a pillar in our community. They have helped many people have the careers of their dreams.
San Joaquin College of Law. 1 degree, a world of options.
In our world, goodness is being threatened. But the Baby Bell Snack Heroes are here to save the day and restore the goodness. Baby Bell, join the goodness.
Hi, Bruce here for Jackson Jewelers, where we buy your old gold. Professionally designed custom pieces, especially for you, or help you find the perfect bridal ring. Stop by and see us in Old Town Clovis. Jackson Jewelers, where we treat you like family.
The partisan extremes do trust their news sources. They trust that they're going to get exactly what they want to hear.
The people we're hiring at News Nation are personally invested in holding both sides to account, of asking the tough questions.
The ground we've staked, you can see very clearly every night on News Nation.
See why America's fastest growing cable news network is News Nation.
There is no agenda. There's no mission other than you. That's what we do.
Oh, welcome back on this Monday morning. Our drop in temperatures continues, and we're going to deal with some wind, seeing some clouds, and a little bit of rain on the way by the middle of the week. Outside for us to show you current conditions from our Valley Cam. This one at Kauai Health in Visalia this morning. Kind of chilly out there. 52 degrees in Visalia. Winds are northwest at 10 miles an hour. They're going to pick up again throughout the day, 15 to 20 miles an hour. And of course, these clouds will be decorating our skies, and they'll increase throughout the day. So students head out the door. I hope you have your sweater or jacket because, well, we didn't need it this weekend. It was fairly mild in the morning hours, hot in the afternoon, but temperatures in the 50s this morning, low 70s this afternoon for some valley spots. But we'll have some scattered showers tomorrow, temperatures in the 60s, and then we have another chance of a little bit more rain by the end of the week. The good news is skies start to clear for the weekend. We'll show you that 7-day forecast in a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
The entertainment industry may be facing a major work stoppage this week. The Writers Guild and the studios, they're at the bargaining table.
That's right, but right now a contract agreement is nowhere to be found as people prepare to strike.
If a strike happens, it would be Hollywood's first strike in 15 years. The union's demands include nearly $600 million in wage increases. Its members have authorized a strike, which could be called as early as Tuesday.
Now, if there is walkouts, scores of TV and film productions nationwide will be forced to stop. Late-night talk shows would go off the air. Well, sure, texting is quick and easy, but voice messaging is surging in popularity.
Short voice notes becoming the newer way to communicate, especially among people in their teens, 20s, and 30s. Oh man, I was way above this. I've been doing voice messages for a long time. I feel so young now.
You know, you're still in your 20s. Well, voice messaging has been around for years, but
my 20s are in their 20s.
Growing fast. I'm trying to help you out there. Well, many say it's a lot more personal and human than just
that just made me really sad, that realization that my 20s are in their 20s.
All right, well, the poll shows about 2/3 of us have sent at least one voice message, and about 1/3 of us use it at least weekly or maybe every day.
Voice messaging grew during the pandemic, especially on some dating sites and work-related apps such as Teams.
Do you actually voice message?
All the time. Okay, so like my best friend went blind at like age 33.
Aww.
So it became like we all just started voice messaging for him. So there you go.
Nice.
The Super Mario Brothers movie has officially passed the $1 billion mark in worldwide ticket sales.
You saw this, right?
I sure did.
And it was good?
It was great.
I want to go see it now.
I needed more music, though. I needed more music.
You needed more music?
Bowser has a song, and I wanted it to keep going.
Well,
Bowser's got a voice on him.
Well, he really does. But the animated, they're laughing over there. Blockbuster opened in Japan over the weekend, giving the movie just enough of a boost to reach that milestone.
It only took 26 days for the Nintendo-themed feature to pass the $1 billion threshold, becoming the 10th animated film to make more than $1 billion at the box office.
Well, Mario is also Universal's third biggest animated movie ever. That's behind the Minions and Despicable Me 3. Well, a high school is going viral for recreating Rihanna's Super Bowl halftime show during their prom rally.
Prom rally? We never had a prom rally. The varsity dance team at Los Osos High School in Rancho Cucamonga hopes Rihanna sees their take on her iconic show so she can give them some feedback or give them some shine like she did with that home, the old ladies that did the same thing.
The nursing home. Well, their principal, interesting enough, even took part in this show. He's the very tall guy in the front and center right there you're seeing.
The performance has collected more than 9 million views across social media. Hopefully it will attract the eye of the Super Bowl halftime queen herself. Although at this point, she's got to be tired of people sending her these like, oh, you got to respond. And Rihanna's like, okay, I did this thing. I'm tired of it. Stop sending me these. I don't got to respond to all of them.
This is good. This is high school?
I hope she does not respond to it.
Why? That's amazing. Look at that. that? That was pretty good.
No, it's like the people who would have the sob stories and ask famous people to prom or something, and then they'd hope to get a response, or the people that invite famous people to their wedding to get a. Do you know how many requests now these people have? It's gonna be the same for Rihanna with all these recreations of her. Just ignore it, Rihanna.
Rihanna, come to
You're
KC.
better than that.
Rihanna, come to KC. KSEE 24 Sunrise time, 5:15. You can dance like that.
Still ahead. Look at a dad. Dadding so hard, setting a prime example for his kid at this weekend's Dodger game. Ooh, what is this graphic behind it? I like it.
As soon as you play, I'm playing. I'm saying my first drum, second's your first beat. I'm saying first, you 2 feet, then we might stand up. Like first you get your hands, then I get your hands up. My sound, your throat, my dance, your feet. You hear my no heartbeat. The metronome in your chest keeps you in time till there's no time. So you sing till you got no breath. And whoever's next dances to the song you've left. Music creates movements, inspire movements. Where I am, you've been. There is you, then there is music. Music follows you.
Now YourCentralValley.com pros who know.
The right workspace makes working from home more convenient and productive. Let the experts at Closets by Design create a stylish and efficient home office for you.
For more expert advice, go to YourCentralValley.com/pros who know.
It's the Epic RV Sale. Buy this fully loaded 2024 26-foot Vortex toy hauler for only $28,950 or $269 per month. Choose from hundreds of RVs during the Epic RV Sale on Highway 41 next to Valley Children's Hospital in Madera.
Thanks to your generosity, the Sequoia Symphony Orchestra brings world-class music and education programs to Tulare County. Great composers, timeless music. Donate today. Support the Sequoia Symphony Orchestra and keep the music alive.
He snores like an angry rhino.
You've never heard an angry rhino.
Baby, I hear one every night. Every night.
Okay. I'll work on that.
Save $500 on our new next-gen Sleep Number smart beds, plus special financing, only at Sleep Number.
Now through April 30th, get a fixed-rate mortgage loan at EECU for as low as 5.131% APR with no origination fee. Apply online today at myeecu.org. EECU is an equal housing lender.
Ventura TV is your low-price leader for brand-name appliances in the Valley. Save on Samsung's convection range. Priced so low the big box stores just can't compete. Buy this slide-in range for $380 less than the chain stores at just $10.99. It's in stock and ready for pickup or delivery and installation. Hurry, shop online, call us, or visit our showroom, because at this price, we'll sell out fast. Ventura TV, your local low-price leader since 1951.
At Central Floor Supply, we have the floors your home has been dreaming of. Our new showroom is filled with name brand waterproof flooring and luxurious carpet that will make your home the envy of the neighborhood. So before you go to the big box stores, come check us out first. We have better selection, better quality, and much better pricing. Save time, save money, and save the headache. For the best in flooring and real customer service, visit Central Floor Supply and see why so many people say,
"You gotta go CJ."
KSEE24 News is brought to you in part by HR Mobile Services.
And temperatures are cooling off fast. It felt a little like summer for the first half of the weekend and kind of like spring yesterday. It might even feel like winter in a couple of days. 51 degrees this morning in Fresno, 53 in San Francisco, 49 in Monterey, and 57 for Los Angeles. There's still some foggy conditions along the coast. We're going to see more clouds throughout the day here in the Central Valley. Some spots in the 40s this morning. 44 in Merced, 46 in Lemoore, 52 in Visalia. A little bit of cloud cover on the east side is keeping things a little bit warmer. So those areas with clear skies are a little bit colder, but everyone's colder compared to this time yesterday. 15 degrees colder this morning in Fresno, 13 in Merced, and 11 degrees colder in Visalia. The winds were picking up throughout the day on Sunday. Same deal for today. Already close to 50 miles an hour in Fresno. They could be close to 20 miles an hour in some locations later on this afternoon. Outside to show you current conditions from Valley Cam. This one at Block Construction, Northwest Fresno. You see some of that cloud cover on the east side and a little bit of sunlight starting to peek over the mountain range and the cloud cover there. So high pressure is moving out of the way. That's what kept us technically hot Friday into Saturday. And this low started to drive into California yesterday, cooling us off, creating some gusty conditions. But it's going to take its time moving down the coast of California. When that happens, happens, these lows just throw cloud cover our way from time to time and a little bit of rain. It's not going to be a direct hit for the Central Valley. We're going to have to wait here and there. We might have a few light showers in the Sierra this afternoon, but Futurecast shows for the most part things staying dry for today, but that cloud cover will continue to increase and it'll be much cooler than yesterday. We're going to drop into the 70s. Once we move forward into the nighttime hours, that low throws a little bit of moisture our way, so we have the chance of some light showers for tonight. A better chance tomorrow, but it's going to be scattered. It's going to be hit or miss. It's going to be isolated showers. Not everybody will get rain, and if you do, be on the lookout for thunderstorms. Again, we're in spring. We have more daylight hours. The atmosphere has more time to heat at the lower surface, and this is cold air coming in, so it could pop up a few thunderstorms, not only for Tuesday, maybe again on Thursday as that low finally pushes into Southern California. We'll actually kind of dry out on Wednesday, but it's still going to be cloudy and cool out there. 71 today, 78 is the average as we move forward here in the month of May. 101 is the record set back in 1947. Much cooler today compared to the weekend. Some valley spots in the 60s today. 69 for Pixley, 72 in Lemoore, 69 for Selma, 60s and 50s in the foothills, upper 50s for Shaver Lake and 40s in Sequoia. 62 in Yosemite National Park. There's still that flood watch in effect. Even though that flood warning expired, the flood watch is still in effect at least for another day or so. 7-day forecast shows the cooling trend for this week. A little bit of rain for tomorrow, and temperatures drop into the 60s valley-wide. We'll stay in the 60s for a few days, maybe even the upper 50s on Thursday as we pick up just a little bit more rain. These rainfall amounts are going to be fairly light, and the good news is we start to clear out. We have seasonal temperatures on track as we move forward into the first weekend of May. You can catch your regional forecast any time of the day. Just go to yourcentralvalley.com. For now, we will send it back to you.
A Dodger fan dad may have been the best part of the Dodgers game and deserves an award for dadding this hard. Check it out. Okay, this fan catches a foul ball barehanded with a child in a baby carrier and holding a beer. Wow. That's some great multitasking. You should have chugged the beer. After you catch the ball and you know you're on the air, you got to chug the beer. The Dodger social media team found the fan, took a pic of the happy dad and
where's the wife?
Baby. Well, no, it's just all the dads. There's another dad there with another baby. It's just dad's day out, I guess. Wow. Wow, that's a pretty big baby too in that carrier. Now, I will say, he's taking it a little easy there using the baby carrier. If you had the baby in the arm, we've seen dads. We've seen videos, you know, they'll catch the ball, they'll have the beer and the baby.
I just want to give him kudos for what? Carrying a kid, drinking the beer, catching the ball. Like, wow.
Got to chug the beer next time.
Very good man.
If I ever do that, I'm chugging the beer. Although Vandy's a little big to be in a carrier.
So you didn't ever use the, I'm not a parent yet, what do you call it?
Yeah, I used it.
I was going to say, you're getting on him. Did you use that?
But maybe not at that age. Or that's just a very big baby.
So you were holding Vandy and you had a weight in the other hand? Is that what you were doing?
No, just, do Vandy bench press. Vandy curls. You got to do too.
Curls.
KSEE050 sunrise time, 5:22.
Still ahead, why a big Bulldog pool party broke out in San Diego Sunday afternoon. Answer next in Sports Central. Stay with us.
Know an inspiring educator? Go to yourcentralvalley.com and tell us. Each week, KSEE24 News honors one exceptional local educator. They win supplies for their classroom from GW School Supply and are added to the Teacher's Honor Wall at Fresno State. We applaud, we honor, we celebrate. Educator of the Week, Wednesdays on KSEE24. Brought to you by Educational Employees Credit Union, Fresno County Superintendent of Schools, and Tulare County Office of Education.
If it's time to replace your windows, if your AC always seems to be running, if your windows let heat in, are hard to open, or just look dated, call Premier Windows and Doors and transform your home into total comfort. Locally owned and operated, Premier Windows and Doors offers financing, factory direct prices, and one-day installation for even more savings. Look us up at mypremierwindows.co. That's right, .co. The first 24 callers to mention this ad get a 30% discount and no sales tax. So call now for your free estimate.
In addition to COVID-19 vaccines, United Health Centers now offers COVID-19 medication treatments. Please call us to learn more. Be sure to also ask about our new location now open in Visalia on Mooney Boulevard. We are now accepting new patients for medical and dental appointments. We look forward to serving you. Call us today at 1-800-492-4227. 1-800-492-4227. United Health Centers. Wellness for a lifetime.
Moderate to severe eczema still disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it disrupts my skin with itch. It disrupts my skin with rash. But now, I can disrupt eczema with Rinvoq. Rinvoq is not a steroid, topical, or injection. It's one pill once a day. Many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin, while some saw up to 100% clear skin. And they felt dramatic and fast itch relief, some as early as 2 days. That's Rinvoq Relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
They're arguably the two best words in sports. Game 7. That's exactly what we had in Sacramento Sunday between the defending champion Warriors and those up-and-coming Kings. The Warriors trying to win their 19th straight playoff series against Western Conference opponents, but having to do it at raucous Golden One Center. Found themselves down 5 late in the first half, but they'd assumed control in the third quarter, ending the quarter with a 4-point play from Klay Thompson. And Steph Curry did the rest. One of the great Game 7 performances in playoff history here. Finishes with 50, throws in 8 rebounds and 6 assists. The Dubs pull away to win by 20. They'll have home court in the next round against the Lakers starting Tuesday in the Bay Area. Rough weekend in Albuquerque for the Diamond Dogs came to a frustrating conclusion Sunday. Tied at 5. The Dogs had second and third with nobody out in the top of the 10th, but couldn't get a run across. And in the bottom of the inning with a couple on and one away, Kyle Smith gets that one by Bulldogs second baseman Ben Newton. That's going to score the game winner for the Lobos. They win at 6-5 and 10, finishing off a weekend sweep of the Dogs that could be very costly to Fresno State's postseason hopes. That's because the Bulldogs are no longer in control of their own destiny when it comes to making the 4-team conference tournament, which, remember, is being held at Fresno State this year. As you can see, the Dogs have now fallen 3 games behind Air Force and New Mexico in the loss column. Now, speaking of Fresno State baseball, though, you know, Mike Batesel is all about life lessons, right? You know, but he's also about baseball lessons. So, EJ, I want to ask you, all right, when you're on the field out here as a pro ball player, what things from Batesel are going through your head?
What things from Batesel are going through my head? What's not going through my head? I feel like I'll never miss a baseball sign from a third base coach ever again because just from Batesel.
You beat the catcher back every single time. Do not get back picked. Beat the catcher back, freshman.
Grizzlies San Jose Giants series at Jacansee Park this week actually featured 3 former Bulldogs. E.J. Andrews of the Grizz, Zach Morgan, Andrew Cachel of the Giants. Catch more of my interview with all 3 of them on the sports section of YourCentralValley.com. Andrews and Cachel were in action Sunday in the series finale. Cachel went hitless in 5 at-bats, while Andrews went 1 for 3. The Giants get the win and a 6-game series split with the Grizzlies. Meantime, down the 99 in Visalia, the Rawhide come up a little short as well, falling 5-4 to first place Lake Elsinore. The Hide have lost 7 in a row now. Fresno is at Stockton this week, while Visalia hosts Inland Empire for 6 games starting Tuesday. The news wasn't good for Fresno State softball either, as the Dogs get swept in Fort Collins as well. After falling 5-4 in 9 innings Sunday, the Dogs need to finish top 6 to make the Mountain West tourney. Currently are tied for 4th with 3 conference games left. Finally to that video from Sunday, a little better than the rest. It's Bemis' best.
Guverman has the look. Guverman cross court, skip shot, goal. Goal scored by number.
There is one Bulldog team that had a great Sunday. With the help of that late goal from attacker Haley Andrus, the Fresno State women's water polo team beat Pacific 5-3, which clinched their 3rd straight Golden Coast Conference tournaments and the automatic NCAA bid that goes along with it. Also started a big pool party in San Diego, as you can see, which included the coaches, and perhaps more importantly, it also gets all of them a coveted spot in Bemis' best. The NCAA tournament being held in Stockton this year, where the Dogs will look to get past the NCAA quarterfinal round for the first time in the short history of the program. The news continues after the break.
You're married 23 years, and the police say we're here to arrest your husband for the murder of his fiancée. He will maintain his innocence until they carry him out in a box. New Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil, today at 4 on KSEE024.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Angie's List is now Angie, and it's easier than ever to get your projects done right. With Angie, you can connect with top pros and see ratings and reviews. And when you book and pay through Angie, you're covered by our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com today. Angie, and done.
Hello? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl to do.
Why do we shoot baskets with paper balls? For the same reason we play scratchers from the California Lottery. Because a little play can make your day.
Addiction affects each person differently, and sometimes life's responsibilities like work and family can make it hard to get the help you need. That's why the professionals at First Steps Recovery developed the First Steps Outpatient Treatment Program. Experience evidence-based outpatient addiction treatment while still being able to handle your daily responsibilities with options of both an online or in-person outpatient program. Addiction is challenging, but getting the help you need doesn't have to be. Call First Steps today or visit us online at firststepsrecovery.com.
Thinking of a new career? Become an attorney. Make it happen here at San Joaquin College of Law. It's affordable. It's doable. All you need is a bachelor's degree in any major. San Joaquin College of Law. One degree, a world of options.
Get local news that matters at the new YourCentralValley.com and your certified accurate forecasts every day. KSEE024 News is always available at YourCentralValley.com.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at Lens Crafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
KSEE024 News is always available at the new YourCentralValley.com. Local news that matters. This is KSEE024 News Sunrise.
This morning on Sunrise, an investigation is underway in Porterville after a person was found dead inside an apartment building.
Plus, Coquille River rescue teams continue to search after a person was swept away on Friday. Tulare County Sheriff urging the public to listen to their warning.
None of these waters are safe.
And Yosemite fully reopening this morning following a bit of concern for rising water as the warmer weather rolls in.
We're all keeping a very close eye on that and ensuring that visitors and guests are safe when they come into the park.
KSEE024 Sunrise starts now. Good morning. Welcome to KSEE024 Sunrise. I'm Brody Logan.
And I'm Tara Mitchell. Thank you so much for waking up with us today. We hope you had a great weekend. Happy Monday, fellas.
Yeah, so people that made it through, Ruby Gutierrez is here, by the way. People that made it through, you know, this a little taste of prime summer in Fresno. Now getting almost prime winter in Fresno.
Winter, yeah. Everyone the weekend like, hey, we didn't get spring. Well, we got it for today. Then winter comes back. Yeah, the odd thing is Yosemite might actually get some more snow later on this week. So kind of crazy that they had this flood concern.
Is there worry? Okay, so there was worry that there would be rapid snow melt with the high temperatures, and then the storm coming in. Is that going to accelerate things like we saw previously with warmer storms?
No,
or is that not the case
it's just going to slow things down.
Okay.
So we're getting, the colder air is the bigger thing.
And then bugs will go away for a little bit, right?
Yes. Do we need to talk about your bug situation? Do we have any updates?
You said you don't want to talk about it anymore.
Viewers are going to think I'm so nasty.
Oh, no one said anything that. No, we were just...
But they will die off with the cold.
Maybe you're telling on yourself a little bit.
I always wash the dishes. I have bug spray. They're just...
Well, no bugs
on this
parking lot cam.
No, let's go to our Valley cam. This is a new one.
And only a few people out there, but I guess is the casino open right now?
Next week, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exciting stuff right there. A little cloudy out there this morning, kind of cool out there. It's a big change from what we had over the weekend with those highs in the upper 90s on Saturday. 60s today from Merced, and these temperatures are well below average now, which is about 77, 78 for this time of year. And the winds continue to pick up from the northwest, close to 15 to 20 miles an hour. 70s have been Mendota, Hanford later on for today. Up in the Sierra, some light showers in Yosemite. It's going to start off as rain. Expect a few snow flurries for tonight and a few light showers possible throughout the day in Oakhurst. Same deal for Shaver Lake, highs in the 40s for Shaver. And the drop in temperatures actually continues to the middle part of the week. I'll let you know exactly how much more they will drop in a few minutes. For now, we will send it back to you.
Well, Yosemite National Park is set to fully reopen later this morning. As most of you know, it was closed over the weekend because of potential flooding concerns. Well, the eastern portion of the park from El Capitan Bridge from all the way to the East Yosemite Village Lodge was set to be in a flood watch area. That's because Merced River was expected to rise above crest level. But park officials say that didn't really happen. The Yosemite Valley portion of the park reopened yesterday, and the rest of the park is set to open at 7 this morning. However, officials are still monitoring the river's levels, and temperatures getting higher means more water in the river, which could actually lead to more potential closures.
We may see additional flooding, but we're all keeping a very close eye on that and ensuring that visitors and guests are safe when they come into the park.
The National Weather Service says the Merced River tends to flood every 5 to 7 years or so. The last time the river flooded was back in 2017, and the last time before that was 6 years ago in 2011.
The search continues for a person who went out on the Kauai River with 2 others on Friday. The person, one of them, is still missing, but a man and a 7-year-old child are safe after a water rescue at Slick Rock. Just a few days prior to this incident, we talked with Tulare County Sheriff about the dangers right now on those waters.
What I will caution people is as we come into the summertime, kids want to get into the water, you want to cool yourself off. None of these waters are safe.
Crews are still searching for the missing adult. If you have any information that can help in this case, you're asked to call the Tulare County Sheriff's Office. Porterville police are investigating after a person was found dead inside an apartment. It happened on North H Street around 1:30 Sunday morning. When officers arrived, they found a body of a 27-year-old person with fatal injuries inside an apartment. We are told a family member found the body, called 911. Right now, the investigation is still ongoing.
Well, nearly 20 people have been displaced after a fire ripped through an entire apartment complex in Fresno. Take a look at some of the damage here. Well, fire crews say they received a 911 call just after 5 Sunday afternoon. Well, that fire spread from a utility room to the attic of 10 apartment units. Fire crews actually had to cut a hole in the roof to put out the fire. Well, that's despite the quick action from firefighters.
Unfortunately, it displaced all the residents of the whole complex. So we had 11 adults and 7 children that were displaced. There had been some homeless activity in the area, and our investigators working on scene to discover the cause and origin of the fire.
Now, those people displaced were helped by friends, family of the American Red Cross. Well, thankfully, nobody was injured in this incident.
A woman is recovering in the hospital after being hit by a car while crossing the street in Porterville. Police say it happened Friday morning on Morton Avenue and Prospect Street. Officers say when they got there, they found a 47-year-old woman lying on the curb. They say the 22-year-old driver was going southbound, making a left turn when she hit the woman in the crosswalk. The woman was rushed to the hospital. This incident is being investigated by Porterville police.
And continuing coverage of a shooting that happened Friday night in Orosi. Well, the Tulare County Sheriff's Office says they made an arrest. Investigators say Andres Castillo is identified as a gang member. Deputies found Castillo and his car on Saturday and took him into custody. That's after he allegedly shot at a man, striking him several times. The victim was rushed to the hospital and is now in stable condition.
KSEE050 sunrise time is 5:38.
And still ahead, a look at another big bank getting ready to take a tumble.
Plus, a major cool down for the new week. First, your 40 allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. Oak, ash, and birch are the top pollens. We're in the low to medium range through Thursday. I'll show you a drop in temperatures with a little bit of rain as KSEE Sunrise continues.
The 6 pillars of character support student academics and their personal development.
Through Your Character Matters, the Tulare County Office of Education and KSEE24 bring you stories of students living these values.
Each week, you'll meet great role models with inspiring stories
of community service, standing up for others, and preparing themselves for the future.
We're proud to share these stories of young people changing the world for the better.
Your Character Matters, Tuesdays at 5 on KSEE24, local news that matters.
This is a town called Basic. It's pretty hard to stand out around here. But if you pull up in a 2023 Nissan Rogue, you'll stand out before your feet even hit the pavement.
Can you make mine look like that?
Anything but basic. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Get a low $399 per month lease on Rogue or get 0% financing for 36 months on select models.
Can't get rid of that stubborn belly fat? Get the body you've been dreaming of. Dr. Maj and Maj Medical Clinic use the latest in minimally invasive liposuction technologies. High-definition Lipo 360, together with skin tightening, achieve ultimate body sculpting results with minimal downtime. No more jelly roll. Maj Medical turns this into this. And really, it's time to do a little something for you. Call Maj Medical Clinic today for your free consultation and get the body you've been dreaming of.
Hi, I'm Shannon. Ask me about my Honda. This is my 2014 Honda Pilot, and today we're going to take the 23 Honda Pilot through the Gossel Family Gauntlet. I drive my kids to wrestling practice, to dance, we mountain bike, we do it all. It allows us to take all of our stuff and all of our kids to all of our activities.
Looking for an SUV that can run your family gauntlet? For an awesome deal on a 3-row Pilot, see your Central Valley Honda dealer.
We're seeing voice history. I've got goosebumps as I'm saying it.
I can only take 2 artists in the semifinals. Had I known this is going to be so tough, I would have quit a season before.
The Voice, new tonight on NBC.
No, we're not wrestling tonight.
Can WWE wrestlers knock out the competition? That's My Jam, tonight on NBC.
A little chilly out there this morning, and our cooling trend does continue. It's going to feel kind of like a transition between spring and winter for today, but of course it was nice to have summer on Saturday. We're actually talking about some winter-like conditions later on in the week. Outside to show you the sunrise happening right now from our Valley Cam at Block Construction, Northwest Fresno. You can see a little bit of cloud cover off in the distance. Mostly clear skies this morning, 51 degrees in Fresno. Wind still picking up this morning, close to 13 miles an hour. We're still going to have that breeze, 15 to 20 miles an hour throughout the day. Hot cup of coffee, more of an ideal choice instead of iced coffee, because we will be in the upper 40s to low 50s through 8 o'clock this morning. Our highs upper 60s to lower 70s. Clouds will increase. The winds will pick up throughout the day. And then tomorrow, a few showers here and there with temperatures much cooler compared to the last few days. We're going to drop into the 60s, and we're talking about a little bit of snow in the Sierra. And then we have another chance of rain on Thursday into the weekend. Temperatures warm up again. We'll show you that 7-day forecast in a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
So this morning, concern in the banking industry as federal regulators race to save another troubled bank.
First Republic Bank is no more. JP Morgan Chase taking over the failed bank.
Jared Hill has more on that and other economic news playing out this week that could hit your wallet.
The FDIC has seized First Republic Bank, the third major U.S. bank to fail in 2 months. According to the California Department of Financial Protection, it has accepted a bid from JP Morgan Chase to assume all of the bank's deposits. It's an effort by federal regulators to restore confidence in the banking industry as a whole.
We've got to prevent this from happening again, and the best way to do it is to guarantee these deposits.
Also today, a big change for some people looking to buy a home. There's a new mortgage fee structure that could lower closing costs for some borrowers with weaker credit scores, but raise them for others with a higher credit score. It's an effort to help people who've historically struggled to buy their first home. Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill, the battle over the debt ceiling continues. House Republicans passed a bill to raise the limit and cut spending. It's not expected to clear the democratically controlled Senate, but Republicans hope it brings President Biden to the negotiating table.
It's been over 2 months since President Biden has sat down with Speaker McCarthy to have negotiations. President Biden is clearly trying to run out the clock and create a debt crisis.
The president's saying he's not going to be hostage in having veterans cuts on health care, in having cuts on K-12 education. He's saying we can discuss that, we can negotiate, but first pay your bill.
All the while, the Fed is gearing up for yet another potential interest rate hike on Wednesday to tamp down on rising prices.
Sony has just reached a major milestone in the gaming industry.
Well, they're now the first company to sell 500 million home consoles, which is actually determined after the latest PS5 sales numbers.
Sony has sold more than 19 million consoles, beating their own sales forecast. The Japanese conglomerate has also seen a 500% increase in European markets in the last year. And the company hopes to sell another 25 PS5s in the next year ahead.
However, Nintendo is still the front runner in overall console sales. That's due to its success with the Switch and DS systems.
Season 6 of Black Mirror headed to Netflix this June.
That's right. Well, the Emmy Award-winning show claims this next season will be the most unpredictable, unclassifiable, and unexpected yet. The series has an impressive list of stars, including Aaron Paul, Salma Hayek, and Josh Hartnett, among others. There's no word yet on the exact release date or just how many episodes will be available. Well, Balenciaga is grabbing attention once more for their latest design.
I like this one. It's a literal handbag, maybe more of an arm bag. You have to stick your hand, an entire arm, into the bag in order to carry it around. I like this.
It's so ugly. Balenciaga's latest tote-shaped creation features an upper-light glove that you can actually stick your hand into to carry the bag because the handles are just so last season.
Then your bag just attached to you. Once your arm is sleeved in, the accessory is meant to rest on your shoulder. And it only costs about $4,500. This is great. This is fantastic. And then, so here's the thing. Okay, here's what I want to do with this. You fill it up with popcorn, right? Because you see how hot, how close the top of it is to your face. And then use your other hand to like get popcorn out. And in fact, you don't even need to use your hand. You don't even need to use your hand because see how close it is to the chin? All right, so here's what you do. You're holding it like this.
Can we show them, please?
And you're holding it like this. And then it's just.
Would you actually wear this?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
If someone out there wants to buy it for me, yep.
You just go like this?
Just go. And eat your popcorn. It's perfect. It's perfect.
You're just gonna ruin something that's how much money with some butter popcorn on it.
Believe me, buttered popcorn is probably the best thing that's ever gonna go in any of those bags.
Okay, I'll give you that. KSEE 24 Sunrise Time, 5:46.
You know why I did it again? For our crew. Still ahead, a look at the fundraiser that sponsors medical missions to Armenia. Their hopes for the future. We're explaining that coming up.
Stanley Steamer is equipped and ready to get your home cleaner and healthier. We take the dirt out of your home and leave your carpet and upholstery cleaner and smelling fresher. Schedule your seasonal deep cleaning today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner. Low E, also known as low energy, is wreaking havoc on millions.
I can't even pull out the hose.
Thankfully, there's Planet Fitness. Now through May 10th, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. It's how you turn your low E into big fitness energy. Our clean and spacious, judgment-free zone has equipment for every workout to keep you energized all day. Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month. No commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, May 10th.
Chances are we've already met. But when we meet here, this is where our worlds will come together. Korea Health is built for this moment in your life. We are courageous, resilient, ready. Health is our passion, and excellence is always our focus. Because when you come in here, our priority is to get you back out there.
Korea Health, more than medicine, life.
Trust. That's what is needed and craved. That's why News Nation is getting traction.
There's something to be said for doing a pure journalistic product. People want it. They're coming to us, and they're leaving the other model behind.
News Nation is the place you come to if you want honest perspective. That's where we deliver.
Check out what's on News Nation. Decide for yourself.
See why America's fastest growing cable news network is News Nation.
I was not confident in my teeth at all before I had braces. I had gaps in my teeth were uneven. Dr. Tom and his team definitely made us feel very comfortable. They did treat me like family. They did treat us like family. I was comfortable to ask them any questions about my teeth, and they would give me an honest answer, and I really appreciated that. I was surprised just of how quick it was. Fast Dental Fresno made it super easy, and in as little as 4 months, I had my dream smile. I would absolutely recommend it.
You love the hard floors in your home. At Stanley Steamer, we have a professional cleaning process for all the floors in your home. Brooms and mops just push the dirt around, but we remove the dirt and debris from your home completely. Call and schedule today.
Slice fresh sandwiches, pour the
And things are a little chilly out there. Much colder this morning compared to yesterday morning. Then our daytime temperatures much colder compared to the last few days. We're in the 40s for Merced and Lemoore, 51 in Fresno, 52 in Visalia. We have a little bit of cloud cover mainly on the east side of the valley, so that's keeping temperatures warmer compared to the rest of the valley. But valley-wide, everyone is colder this morning compared to this time yesterday. 16 degrees colder in Lemoore, 15 degrees colder in Fresno, and 13 degrees colder in Merced. Of course, the wind really did pick up throughout the day on Sunday. It's still going to be breezy and a little gusty from time to time. Northwest winds right now in Fresno at 13 miles an hour, especially the west side of the valley could have wind gusts close to 20 miles an hour or higher, but we do not have any watches, warnings, or advisories pertaining to the wind, at least just not yet. Here's the view from our valley cam powered by Eagle Mountain Casino. This one at Meadow Lakes this morning, looking down towards the valley floor. You do see the lights of like Fresno and Clovis off in the distance, and these trees are bouncing around a little bit. Even the foothill and mountain communities are going to be dealing with a little bit of wind for today, all because of this low pressure system traveling down the coast of California. It's going to take its time, and it will eventually move inland to Southern California, but as long as these lows hang off of the coast of California, it just continues to throw cloud cover our way, and the winds continue to pick up. But it is pushing that bridge of high pressure that kept us a little warm to hot over the weekend. That is pushing it to the southeast. Everything's calm right now, maybe just a few sprinkles at the highest terrain of the Fresno County Mountains on our radar. The clouds will build throughout the day, and it's definitely going to be cooler compared to the last few days. As we move forward towards sunset tonight, that's where we have the chance of a few showers popping up in certain parts of the valley. But keep in mind, as this low travels south, the shower activity moves in from the south instead of from the north, where not our typical storms we're used to here, and those chances of showers increase throughout the day for tomorrow. It's going to be scattered showers on Tuesday. Not everybody will get rain, and rainfall amounts will be light, but we do have a decent chance of maybe an isolated thunderstorm or two. Remember, we're in spring. We have more daylight. The atmosphere has more time to heat up the surface, and that cold air coming off could trigger a few thunderstorms, not only for tomorrow, maybe even Thursday as well. That flood warning in Yosemite, that was allowed to expire, but the flood watch still in effect at least until tomorrow. Then we still got the flood advisory and the flood warning for the San Joaquin and the Kings River, basically until further notice. Upper 60s today, others in the low 70s. 50s and 60s in the foothills. Chilly temperatures in Sequoia at 49 degrees, 55 in Shaver Lake this afternoon, 63 for Oakhurst and 67 for Oakhurst. Walking the pups, take care of that as early as you can. You're going to deal with a little bit of wind out there, but the chance of showers, that happens in the evening, so they're really not the best time to walk your pups. This is our friend Timmy. I know it's kind of hard to see here, but he's watching KSEE Sunrise here. Apparently he's a big fan, and he's been waiting to appear on the dog walking forecast. There you go, Timmy. Thank you to Kim for sending me this picture on my Facebook page. If you want your pup on KSEE Sunrise, just go to Ruben KSEE24 and social media will show it right here. 70 forecast shows the cool down continues. Everybody drops into the 60s tomorrow. Tomorrow will be dry. We're not going to worry about too much rain, but again, that's more likely for Tuesday into Wednesday. And then, of course, as we move forward into the weekend, the good news is skies start to clear, temperatures start to warm up. We'll be close to average, mid-70s for this time of year, Saturday into Sunday. You can check out the live radar any time of the day. Just go to yourcentralvalley.com to check it out. For now, we'll send it back to you.
A fundraiser was held to sponsor medical missions to Armenia and other places around the world that need the help. This event was held at the Kings River Winery and Sanger. Each ticket costs $125, but that got you dinner, wine, and spirit tastings. Organizers say the money goes toward people halfway around the world that potentially need it for life-saving operations and routine checkups, and also get a medical crew of professionals to the area that really needs the help.
We have an obligation as Armenians in the diaspora to support not just our homeland, but all of those brothers and sisters we have all over the world that are in need. And the need in Lebanon and Syria and Armenia and Artsakh, it's so great. They don't have what we have.
Organizers hope to have more of these fundraisers so they can send more medical missions all around the world. They recently went to Syria to address recovery from the earthquake that killed thousands of people.
Well, just dozens in the valley celebrated El Dia del Niño with a bilingual book reading. Take a look.
Thank you.
Organizers say Dia del Niño is a day celebrated every year throughout the Latin community. They say it's a day to nurture the Latino culture and art for young children. Well, families were able to bring their kids out to enjoy reading in both English and Spanish on the lawn at Art Today Americas.
KSEE24 Sunrise time, 5:53.
And still ahead, a sandwich that is changing the flavor game. That's coming up after the break. I see pickles.
And peanut butter.
Ooh.
Start your day with KSEE24 to get all the local news that matters on KSEE Sunrise.
There's that car again.
Again?
I wonder if we have a neighborhood watch.
Here it is, makefresnosafer.org. Check this out.
Visit makefresnosafer.org to find resources to help you build relationships with your neighbors so you can stay connected. Neighborhood Watch works to educate, empower, and engage Fresno residents to work together. Because a connected neighborhood is a safer neighborhood, and this entire community is our neighborhood.
In addition to COVID-19 vaccines, United Health Centers now offers COVID-19 medication treatments. Please call us to learn more. Be sure to also ask about our new location now open in Visalia on Mooney Boulevard. We are now accepting new patients for medical and dental appointments. We look forward to serving you. Call us today at 1-800-492-4227. 1-800-492-4227. United Health Centers. Wellness for a lifetime.
1,000 positions hiring. Endless opportunity. Benefit from world-class training. A 6-figure starting salary. And make a positive difference in your community. Apply now. Scan the code or visit jointhechp1000.com.
Don't wait until the pipes burst. Trust Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. At Lee's, you get your residential plumbing diagnostic for $49 all the time.
Thinking of a new career? Become an attorney. Make it happen here at San Joaquin College of Law. It's affordable. It's doable. All you need is a bachelor's degree in any major. San Joaquin College of Law. One degree, a world of options.
And we're off to a chilly start and a little cloudy in certain parts of the valley. No rain today, but we do have some chances as we move forward into the nighttime hours tonight into tomorrow. Outside first to show you the sunrise, or at least trying to look at the sunrise through the cloud cover in Visalia this morning. This is from our Kauai Health Valley cam there in the South Valley this morning. Visalia at 52 degrees, winds northwest at 10 miles an hour, but they're going to be close to 15 to 20 miles an hour, just like they were yesterday. That's that cool air moving into the valley, so our temperatures are going to drop much more yesterday compared to yesterday. And of course, yesterday was much cooler than Saturday. So you'll see the clouds increase, upper 40s to low 50s at 7 o'clock, 60s at lunchtime, 71 in Fresno today. Other valley spots will be in the upper 60s. As we approach sunset tonight, that's where we could have a few light showers on the west and southern portions of the valley, but there's a better chance for everyone tomorrow of light rain, even a little bit of snow in the Sierra, and not only for tomorrow, but also later on in the week. We'll talk more about those chances in a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
So a twist on the classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich is now drawing mixed reactions online.
New York Times Cooking posted a recipe Friday of a PB&P. Is this really a recipe if it's like 3 things? It's a peanut butter and pickle sandwich.
Well, the snack is believed to have grown in popularity at the diners during the Great Depression. Some people on social media say they grew up eating the sandwiches and continue to enjoy them. So it's funny to this day. Everyone's laughing.
Supporters swear by the combination. It's the crunch of the pickle, the creaminess of the peanut butter. Well, what if you just do crunchy peanut butter? Others aren't so sold. Yeah, so some people just like a little pickle with a little creaminess.
You know what's so funny is I love pickles. I love pickles. People don't know. Do you like pickles?
What about with peanut butter?
Well, you know what I was going to tell you, I have a lot of food allergies, but I can have peanut butter.
Right.
I can't have the actual thing. Can't be like that. I just can't. They told me it's the oils. What I was going to say, though,
it's the oils with your pickle and your creamy peanut butter.
Yeah, my cream, but I love pickle juice, just like from the jar.
You love the juice, okay.
Got the juice. KSEE050 sunrise time, 5:58.
Still ahead, a look at the history being made in the field of robotics and human reproduction.
KSEE24 News is brought to you in part by HR Mobile Services.
To stop a stroke, learn the warning signs. Be fast. Balance, loss of balance, headache and dizziness. Eyes, blurred vision. Face, one side of the face is drooping. Arms, arm or leg weakness. Speech, speech difficulty. Time to call an ambulance immediately. Be fast when you notice any signs of a stroke. It can save a life. Brought to you by Community Medical Centers, offering 24/7 access to a skilled team of stroke experts in the Valley's only Level 1 trauma center.
You are what you litter. Coffee cups,
cigarette butts, food wrappers, soda cans. Litterheads are a major problem. But we all have a choice. Don't be a litterhead. One vision, one mission, one Fresno.
Together, we can beautify Fresno. Find out how at beautifyfresno.org.
The 6 pillars of character support student academics and their personal development.
Through Your Character Matters, the Tulare County Office of Education and KSEE024 bring you stories of students living these values.
Each week, you'll meet great role models with inspiring stories
of community service, standing up for others, and preparing themselves for the future.
We're proud to share these stories of young people changing the world for the better.
Your Character Matters, Tuesdays at 5 on KSEE024, local news that matters.
This is a town called Basic. It's pretty hard to stand out around here. But if you pull up in a 2023 Nissan Rogue, you'll stand out before your feet even hit the pavement.
Can you make mine look like that?
Anything but basic. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Get a low $399 per month lease on Rogue or get 0% financing for 36 months on select models.
Royal Furniture is announcing the grand opening of our brand new home store with a huge showroom. We're a family-owned store that's been serving our community for over 15 years. At Royal Furniture, we offer American-made custom living room sets, bedroom sets, dining sets, and more at great prices and unbeatable customer service. We have financing options up to 60 months, 0% interest, $0 down, and options for those with no credit. Visit Royal Furniture on Blackstone and Barstow.
Local news that matters. This is KSEE024 News Sunrise.
Good morning. Welcome to KSEE024 Sunrise. I'm Brody Logan.
And I'm Tara Mitchell. Thank you so much for waking up with us today on this marvelous Monday.
Oh, marvelous. I get what you did. I see what you did there. It's 6:01 a.m. on this marvelous Monday.
Why'd you say it like that?
I don't know. That's how I say marvelous. I mean marvelous. This is a look out over Fresno right now. You can't even see a sunrise. I swear it's back there, a little cloud cover. Ruben, when I felt the winds start to come through yesterday afternoon, I knew things were about to change.
Yes, and we talked about this before, but did you see the thumb thing she just did right there?
Oh, no.
Which was marvelous. What was that?
Oh.
I don't know what I did actually. Did I do that?
Marvelous thumb thing.
Yes,
Thumbs
you did. We can clip that and share.
There's a lot of stuff clipped lately at this point. I mean, no, my thumbs are up because it's for Brody and Ruben. Thumbs up.
Okay, thank you very much. Wow, I thought because of the cooler temperatures, the bugs are slowly going away since it's cooler for now, but that could change later on. But it's going to feel a little like spring today. It felt like summer for the first half of the weekend, but it might actually feel like winter in a few days. We're still going to deal with some gusty winds today. Temperatures upper 60s to lower 70s. The clouds are going to increase, and we might have just a few light showers in the mountains for this afternoon, but we have a chance of rain for the valley tomorrow. Even more snow in the Sierra. So after a weekend of flooding concerns, we might be picking up some more precipitation fairly soon. We'll talk more about that in a couple minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
With the immigration policy known as Title 42 scheduled to end in 10 days, the Biden administration is giving details on how it plans to handle the unexpected.
That's right. Well, just waves of migrants. Our Washington correspondent, Alexandra Limon, joins us live with the details. Good morning.
Taryn and Brody, good morning. I spoke to administration officials about these new plans that include plans to implement brand new asylum rules.
We are seeing a level of migration, not just at our southern border, but throughout the hemisphere that is unprecedented.
By increasing the number of refugees accepted into the U.S. and opening new migrant centers in Latin America, the Biden administration hopes to reach one goal:
to disincentivize them from coming to the land border, irregularly.
Blas Núñez Neto, Assistant Secretary for Border and Immigration Policy, says the new rules will include requiring most asylum seekers to file applications and make appointments before showing up at the border.
It does not preclude individuals from claiming asylum. What it does is place certain conditions on their eligibility.
Núñez Neto says if asylum seekers don't follow the rules, they won't qualify for asylum, with few exceptions. The administration will rely in large part on new migrant processing centers, which will open first in Colombia and Guatemala, and will be paid for by the State Department, but operated in large part by NGOs.
This is ambitious, it's innovative, it's frankly exciting.
Progressive lawmakers on Capitol Hill say they're disappointed in the new plan, which they view as anti-immigration. And Republicans also criticize the administration's plans.
The reality is 9 out of 10 people that come over into our country illegally do not qualify for asylum. So stop sending them down that route.
Now, officials tell me that the issue of immigration has become so polarizing that the administration regularly faces lawsuits from both sides. But DHS says that it feels it is on strong legal ground when it comes to these new asylum rules. Brody, Taryn, back to you.
Alex, how much of an impact does the administration expect this to make on the number of migrants showing up at the border?
They don't have an actual number estimate when it comes to that, but keep in mind that these rules only apply to certain sections of the immigration population, like refugees or asylum seekers. And so the administration says that if the country is serious about making an impact and changing the entire picture when it comes to immigration, then Congress needs to get involved and pass immigration reform.
Alexander Limon, live in D.C. Thank you. California's prison system facing a new lawsuit by the ACLU, alleging racist practices against inmates. According to that suit, certain prisoners are singled out based on their perceived race. The ACLU says corrections officials contact ICE agents to refer inmates who appear, in their words, foreign-born. They claim those inmates are flagged and placed on immigration holds, even if they are U.S. citizens or lawful residents. The Department of Corrections says it is reviewing the lawsuit.
Well, wildfire burning on San Bernardino County continued throughout the weekend. Well, it had burned more than 200 acres, but is almost about 50% contained. According to officials, the blaze posed no immediate threat to populated areas as it burned steep terrain deep into the forest. Well, right now, the cause of the fire is under investigation.
After hours of searching, search and rescue teams found the wreckage of a single-engine plane that crashed Saturday night. The pilot was the only person on board and was found dead at the scene. Search efforts began shortly after air traffic controllers lost contact with the plane. Search efforts were hampered by thick ground fog and rugged terrain, but rescuers used the plane's emergency beacon and the pilot's phone to find the plane. The FAA and NTSB are investigating the crash.
Take a look at this rescue in Sonoma that happened Saturday night in Marin County. It was there that 3 U.S. Forest Service members had witnessed a car plunging more than 500 feet over the side of a cliff where it was wedged against a tree. Well, the airmen lowered themselves down into the ravine to call for help. Air crews from the sheriff's office were thankfully able to hoist the victim to safety and transfer the victim to a medical chopper where the driver was flown to a trauma center with major injuries. Thankfully, is expected to be okay. Well, a new report says California saw a 10% increase in pedestrian traffic deaths over a 3-year period. According to the Governor's Highway Safety Association, over 500 pedestrians were killed in crashes involving vehicles in California in 2022. Nearly 10% increase from 2019. Well, that report also found pedestrian deaths are up 70% nationwide since 2010. A surge they attribute to more large vehicles on the road. KSEE050 Sunrise Time, reading about 6:07.
Still ahead, the latest into a study on how Guinness beer can be better for your health, better than we once thought. See, it's good for you.
I remember you drinking looking straight forward. You never like tilt, so that's part of the reason why. We have got a major cool down for the new work week, but first your 40-allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. Oak, ash, and birch are the top pollens. We are in the low to medium range through Thursday. I'll show you the drop in temperatures with just a little bit of rain as KSEE Sunrise continues.
Now YourCentralValley.com pros who know.
Stay healthy. Boost your immune system at Madge Medical Clinic with our special high-dose IV vitamin C therapy. Call 559-740-7989.
For more expert advice, go to YourCentralValley.com/pros who know.
Low E, also known as low energy, is wreaking havoc on millions.
I can't even pull out the hose.
Thankfully, there's Planet Fitness. Now through May 10th, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. It's how you turn your low E into big fitness energy. Our clean and spacious, judgment-free zone has equipment for every workout to keep you energized all day. Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month. No commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, May 10th.
The most common form of dementia is Alzheimer's. At Oasis Adult Day Program, we really focus on keeping your body and mind moving. So the more cognitive stimulation and exercise you do, the slower Alzheimer's or dementia progresses. Our whole purpose is to offer a safe and engaging environment so your loved one is able to have fun while you are getting your much-needed break. To learn more, call 559-224-9121.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here. I've got your back.
when you want to talk, I'm here.
If you want to walk away with more money at the end of your case, choose Jacoby & Myers at the start of your case. At Jacoby & Myers, we get our clients up to 10 times the original insurance offer. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
The Baby Bell Snack Heroes are here to save the day and restore the goodness. Baby Bell, join the goodness.
I think it starts this momentum toward, I can do this. To see and be influenced by a successful, confident woman, that was a sea change for me. That's why Junior Achievement. Now I'm that volunteer.
And our temperatures this morning, a little chilly out there, and it'll be cooler this afternoon compared to what we had for high temperatures over the weekend. Plus, the clouds are starting to move in. Check out this live picture from our Valley Cam. This one in the South Valley at Eagle Mountain Casino. You can see a little bit of cloud cover over the casino this morning, and of course, temperatures on the cool side, 53 degrees in Porterville this morning. Winds are light there, but the rest of the valley, we do have some winds close to 15 miles an hour, and that's to be the case throughout the day. So if you are going out for a run this morning, keep that in mind. Temperatures will actually be in the upper 40s in some outlying areas of the valley through 8 o'clock this morning, and then this afternoon everyone drops into the upper 60s to lower 70s. Winds continue to pick up, the cloud cover moves in, and then tomorrow we do have the chance of some scattered showers in the valley with much cooler temperatures again. Later on in the week, another chance of rain, and then more sunshine into the weekend. We'll show you that warm up in a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
General Mills issuing a national recall of its flour because of salmonella contamination. It affects bleached and unbleached flour. 2, 5, and 10-pound bags are affected. They have a use-by date between March 27th and 28th, 2024. General Mills wants customers to throw out any flour affected by the recall. If you have to throw yours out, you can call General Mills for more information. Guinness, the Irish stout that was famously promoted as good for you, may actually be kind of good for you. Turns out the drink has a significant amount of antioxidants and vitamin B. It also has loads of fiber, prebiotics, which help promote the growth of good bacteria in your gut.
But Guinness, folks, is still alcohol, and drinking too much can impair your judgment, gain some weight, and lead to liver issues. Just be careful. Well, scientists are celebrating the births of 2 babies who are reportedly the first ever conceived by a robot. A report from MIT says the machine was designed by engineers in Barcelona. Well, the robot was sent to a fertility center over in New York City. A PlayStation 5 controller was used to inject a single sperm into the waiting eggs, creating healthy embryos, which actually led to the recent births of 2 baby girls. It hoped the technology could become fully automated, which would significantly lower the price of IVF. That procedure can cost up to $20,000.
I'm sorry, I just had to reread that. Did you say PlayStation 5 controller?
Yes, that's what I said.
Used to inject a sperm into waiting eggs. Wow.
I've seen it all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gamers starting early. With warmer months ahead, a new survey finds more than half of Americans are not concerned about developing skin cancer, even though they may have an elevated risk.
Well, I can't come back from this. Doctors are using this melanoma Monday to raise awareness. Skylar Henry has a story.
Playa indeed.
Rachel Ferris went to the dermatologist to check a rash on her stomach. She left the exam with a diagnosis she never saw coming.
I was going for a rash. Didn't think that I was going to come out, being told that I had stage 1 melanoma.
The 28-year-old grew up as a competitive swimmer and visited tanning salons before meets. Without a family history of skin cancer, she never thought of that ultraviolet exposure as a risk for melanoma.
Sun exposure in tanning beds is what caused it. I just had a very low threshold for what my body could take.
Dermatologist Maral Kabirian-Skelsey says skin cancer is on the rise, with about 200,000 cases of melanoma each year. It's the deadliest form, but treatable if caught early. The American Academy of Dermatology says the best prevention is wearing sunscreen and sun protective clothing and watching for changes to your skin.
If you have a spot on your skin that has looked the same your whole life, and suddenly the edges might look different, or the color changes, if the size changes, that's an important factor. But in darker skin types, melanoma can be diagnosed often very late, and it appears in areas that are not necessarily sun exposed.
After having 8 cancerous spots removed, Ferris likes to spread the word.
Friends tell me they're going on a beach vacation. I'm like, wear your sunscreen.
An ounce of prevention that could save a life.
KSEE24 Sunrise Time, 6:15. We'll be right back.
What I see on KSEE24, stories of everyday people making a big difference and an impact in our community. I see passion. I see a collective driven to make changes in public policy, voicing concerns and advocating issues, making the Valley better for everyone. I see local stories making an impact. So I want to invite you to see it all here every day on KSEE24 News.
Dad?
I was the lead singer.
Packing tape is like roadside assistance. Quality matters. So join AAA, America's most recommended roadside service.
Enrollment is now open. Homeschool offers a flexible schedule to meet your family's needs. In Kingsburg Elementary Charter School District, we offer everything you need to participate in the successful education of your child. Credentialed teachers, multiple curriculum options, ballet, piano, Spanish and ASL lessons, science and math support classes, monthly field trips, STEAM kit opportunities, and more. There's even 24-hour online student support from a professional tutor. At Central Valley Homeschool, we find a way for all students to learn.
During this health crisis, your company needs to stay compliant, and HR Mobile Services can help. Big or small, we assist with human resources, infectious disease response, safety compliance, policies and procedures, and more. Call HR Mobile Services today.
Hello? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl that could.
Why do we shoot baskets with paper balls? For the same reason we play scratchers from the California Lottery, because a little play can make your day.
The doctor will see you now.
But do they really? Do they see that crick in your neck? That ache in your heart? Will they see that funny little thing that wasn't there last year? The new bounce in your step? The way your retinal scan connects to your blood sugar? At Kaiser Permanente, all of us work together to care for all that is you.
A garden hose is like roadside assistance. Quality matters. So join AAA, America's most recommended roadside service.
Your health matters to you and to KSEE050. Every month, I'll remind you to call your buddy for self-exams. Go to yourcentralvalley.com and download the Buddy Check 24 app today.
KSEE24 News is brought to you in part by the Mincer Rodriguez Team Realtors.
And kind of chilly in certain parts of the valley this morning. It's going to be much cooler for everyone throughout the day, especially compared to our high temperatures on Friday into Saturday, where it felt a lot like summer today, kind of like March instead of early May in Central California. 50 degrees in Fresno, 42 in Merced, 49 in Visalia, 43 in Lemoore. And compared to 24 hours ago, definitely colder out there. 18 degrees colder this morning in Lemoore, 14 degrees colder in Fresno, and 16 degrees colder in Merced. The winds have actually relaxed a little bit, northwest close to 9 miles an hour in Fresno, but still kind of gusty on the west side of the valley, especially western Merced County along Interstate 5. But from time to time today, those winds will be northwest 15 to 20 miles an hour. Another push of cool air that's going to help some of our temperatures today. Then again for tomorrow. Outside to show you a live picture from our Valley Cam. This one powered by Eagle Mount Casino at Sunmade, northwest Fresno this morning. You can see a few clouds off in the distance this morning. So the east side of the valley temperatures, even though it's cool out there, a little bit warmer compared to the rest of the valley. But this is all happening thanks to this low pressure system taking its time moving down the coast of California. If this were going to go directly inland, we would have a better chance of rain and snow in our local bounds, but as it takes its time down the coast, it's basically going to kind of just be kind of a scattered rain of what's going to do for the next few days or so. But each day we're expecting cloudy skies, a little bit of a breeze, but our best chances of rain will be for tomorrow and again on Thursday. That's when that low finally moves inland to Southern California. But Futurecast shows the increase of clouds throughout the day. A few isolated showers are possible in the Sierra and northern foothills throughout the day, but there's a decent chance of some showers starting to pop up a little after sunset for tonight, and then things actually do kind of pick up as we move forward to Tuesday. It's going to be scattered rain. It's going to be hit or miss. Not everybody will get showers, and if you get something out of it, you might even have a potential thunderstorm or two in the valley tomorrow afternoon, because we're in spring. We have more daylight. The atmosphere has more time to heat up the surface, and that cold air coming aloft could pop up a few thunderstorms. Now, we're not talking about the storm activity we had in December, January, February, March. It's just some light showers. Maybe a quarter inch of rain at the most. Futurecast is suggesting that close to an inch of rain possible in some parts of the foothills communities. I think that's overdoing it. I think more likely half an inch of rain is possible. Then we're just talking about a few inches of snow at the highest terrain of the Sierra, but we still got that flood watch in effect for Yosemite through tomorrow. Still got that flood advisory and the flood warning for the San Joaquin and Kings rivers. South Valley temperatures for today, upper 60s to lower 70s this afternoon, much cooler compared to the weekend. Average for this time of year is about 77, 78 degrees, so we're staying well below that. But as we move forward into the rest of the week, we drop into the 60s, and again, our best chances of any showers will be tomorrow and then again on Thursday. We actually get a bit of a break on Wednesday, but it's still going to be cloudy and cool out there with temperatures well below average for this time of year. And of course, as we move forward into the weekend, we will start to see a little bit more sunshine, and temperatures continue to warm up Saturday and Sunday, but we're still going to stay below average, and it's definitely going to be much colder compared to last weekend. Your regional forecast is always available online any time of the day. Just go to yourcentralvalley.com to check it out. For now, we'll send it back to you.
We are following some breaking news out of Kern County this morning. The Sheriff's Department confirms with us that 4 people are dead after a shooting in Mojave. Well, deputies say the victims were found with injuries from a violent assault. 3 dead on scene. The 4th victim died at the hospital. Now, deputies say all 4 victims were in their 20s to 30s, although at this point it is unclear how they knew one another. Deputies have not released any other suspect information at this time. We'll continue to update you both on the air and online with more details as they come out.
KSEE24 Sunrise Time, 6:22.
Still ahead, a look at a king making his way to prom in style. That's the story coming up.
Coming up on Central Valley today, it's Women's Health Month. Why women should pay special attention to their specific and unique health challenges. Plus, we're planning for that special woman in our lives, Mom. Great Mother's Day gift ideas today at 3 on Central Valley Today.
The 6 pillars of character support student academics and their personal development.
Through Your Character Matters, the Tulare County Office of Education and KSEE24 bring you stories of students living these values.
Each week, you'll meet great role models with inspiring stories
of community service, standing up for others, and preparing themselves for the future.
We're proud to share these stories of young people changing the world for the better.
Your Character Matters, Tuesdays at 5 on KSEE24, local news that matters.
We've been cooking up this kitchen design for a while.
So it's going to be perfect.
Okay, that pattern works.
Wow, this whole look works.
And at a price that really works.
I think our work here is done.
At Floor & Decor, our helpful associates and free in-store design services add to your experience, not your expenses. And with an unmatched selection of high-quality products, all at everyday low prices, creating the kitchen to match your taste has never been easier. Discover Floor & Decor today.
Home is many things. Home is a place to play, a place to raise a family, a place to relax. At Monarch, we focus on keeping your AC working so that you can focus on enjoying life. And right now, you can schedule a cooling tune-up so that your AC is ready for the summer. Monarch Home Services. Keep home comfortable.
Couples, they share everything. Almost. And now it's time to share America's most recommended roadside assistance. Add loved ones to your AAA membership for 50% off and share the benefits. Add loved ones in your household for 50% off with automatic renewal at AAA.com/50. AAA. Outsmart life.
Spring into action and save on stressless seating at Fashion Furniture. Now get $400 off all classic power recliners, signature-based recliners and ottomans, and cross-base recliners and ottomans. And get $400 off most sofas and love seats. Imagine how much you can save building your dream sectional. Shop Fashion Furniture on El Paso, across from River Park.
Welcome back. Things are a little chilly out there. We've got some clouds in certain parts of the valley, and those clouds could bring a little bit of rain, maybe as early as tonight, more so into tomorrow. Outside to share your current conditions from our Valley Cam. This one at KSEE Health in Visalia this morning. You can see the cloudy skies and a little bit of sunlight starting to peek in between the clouds here in the South Valley. 49 degrees in Visalia, winds northwest at 6 miles an hour. We're going to have the occasional winds of 15 to 20 miles an hour, similar to what we had over the weekend. This is a live picture from Lake Cahuilla, thanks to Sequoia Parks Conservancy webcam. The foothills and the Sierra, mainly to the north, do have a chance of some light showers throughout the day, but the better chances for tomorrow. Things will be dry in the valley today, breezy, much cooler, upper 60s to lower 70s for highs, but we could pick a few showers as early as sunset tomorrow, and then things really do pick up again into Tuesday. We'll talk more about those chances of rain in a few minutes. First, for now, we'll send it back to you.
So for prom, it's common to rent a limo, take you to and from the event.
That's right, but one Portland Land area teen had an unusual idea for transportation and kind of just went for it.
This is great.
Sherman Bynum has achieved his dream of riding in a tank to his high school prom.
Yes.
Well, he says he came up with this idea back in February when he found out the school would set up a special parking lot for students to arrive in style.
It's apt that his name is Sherman. He was already checking out tanks on the internet as a hobby. Posed the idea to his friend Sam. The rest is history. You know what I'm calling Sherman?
What?
Master P, because he's on a tank and he's the master of prom.
I made some phone calls to a group in Minnesota that rents battle tanks out for use, like for films and stuff. They were like $20,000. No way that's happening. And so we called a museum in Oregon. They didn't have anything, but they got us in contact with a guy. Talked to the guy, and within about 15 minutes, we had a deal worked out. The price tag was $1,000, and so we decided to turn to GoFundMe. By the end of the night, when that GoFundMe was posted, we had about $570. We'd reach the goal within the next 2 days.
Wow.
I don't even know what to think.
Sherman, his date Micah, and a friend rolled up to prom at the Portland Art Museum in style. No limit to what he was willing to do.
I'm just legendary. He's going to remember this for the rest.
Now, I will say, though, you know, the GoFundMe thing. This is not what a GoFundMe should be used for, my guy. Go out there, earn some money.
Oh, God, okay, Dad.
No, but I want the story.
Let him have his tank, man.
I want the story of not just asking people for charity for your tank. Come on, man.
I think that's smart. You know what? He went to a GoFundMe's
for someone needs a kidney replaced.
Well, you know, but think about it.
Not Sherman's tank.
Think about it. Prom is such a memory. You're going to have that forever. You're never going to get that memory back, so get the tank.
You're never going to get that memory back? What, do I have Alzheimer's? KSEE050 sunrise time is 6:28.
I'm about to. Still having a look at a fundraiser that sponsors medical missions to Armenia and their hopes for the future coming up.
I'm just saying.
You're married.
23 years, and the police say, we're here to arrest your husband for the murder of his fiancée. He will maintain his innocence until they carry him out in a box. New Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil, today at 4 on KSEE050.
No matter what's happening outside with the Lennox Ultimate Comfort System, it's always perfect inside. Not just perfect air, perfectly tuned to your home air. And operates whisper quiet. The Lennox Ultimate Comfort System. Perfect air, fully realized. Don't you wish everything was perfect? Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Call Donald P. Dick Air Conditioning today.
Your feet, not something you think about every day, right? But when something happens to them, where do you go? Stockdale Podiatry Group. That's where. They understand that foot disorders are painful and complex. That's why they use the most advanced technology to diagnose all kinds of disorders. Come see us in our new Visalia location and find out the answers to your aching feet. Call 559-624-1405 for an environmentally safe appointment.
So this is the one?
Yeah. We found it. Our first home. So, what's next?
Great news. Be right over. Hi, neighbor. You're making an investment in a house. Noble wants to help make it your home. Your Noble loan stays right here with our experts, who are with you from the down payment to the final payment.
I didn't know banks do that.
Banks don't do that. We do.
Hey, Central Valley, I've got a huge announcement. If you need dental implants and you want to get it done at a big discount, contact us today to see if you qualify to be part of one of our educational courses.
Liquor King Check Cashing, now in their 4th decade of serving the Valley with check cashing and complete party supplies. Liquor, wine, beer, and we're your headquarters for kegs. Liquor King features check cashing, money orders, and wire services. And you'll always find a complete inventory of party supplies 7 days a week. Liquor King Check Cashing, serving the Valley for 4 decades at Blackstone and Herndon in Fresno.
Liquor King.
Enrollment is now open. Homeschool offers a flexible schedule to meet your family's needs. In Kingsburg Elementary Charter School District, we offer everything you need to participate in the successful education of your child. Credentialed teachers, multiple curriculum options, ballet, piano, Spanish and ASL lessons, science and math support classes, monthly field trips, STEAM kit opportunities, and more. There's even 24-hour online student support from a professional tutor. At Central Valley Homeschool, we find a way for all students to learn.
On the next drill, this is a 5-minute meal, and you're going to teach us all how to do it. It's going to be really beautiful and creamy. All I can say is this. Put a fork in me, I'm done.
The Drew Barrymore Show, today at 2 on KSEE024. KSEE024 News is brought to you in part by Jackson Jewelers. Local news that matters. This is KSEE024 News Sunrise.
This morning on Sunrise, an investigation is underway in Porterville after a person was found dead inside an apartment building.
Plus, Coquille River rescue teams continue to search after a person was swept away on Friday. Tulare County Sheriff urging the public to listen to their warning.
None of these waters are safe.
And Yosemite fully reopening this morning following a bit of concern for rising water as the warmer weather rolls in.
We're all keeping a very close eye on that and ensuring that visitors and guests are safe when they come into the park.
KSEE024 Sunrise starts now.
All righty, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm Taryn Mitchell.
And I'm Brody Logan. Thank you for joining us. Ruben Contreras is here with a look of it at an ever-changing forecast. We're getting all the seasons in the span of like 3 to 4 days.
Ever-changing. We're all here this morning.
Yeah, we
want the viewers to know that. You might be flipping around, noticing different things in other places, but we're all here. So.
Oh, we are all here.
Yeah. So yeah.
Not going anywhere.
No, it's
at least not today.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah, we're still talking about our bug issue. It was warm.
Well, I'm hoping with cooler temperatures, they'll just disperse.
There were less bugs when I walked in this morning because we have a gnat problem here through that side door. So
Oh.
So there's hope for you, Tara.
There is hope for me.
I mean,
I'm struggling.
judging by what I heard, gnats seem to be the least of the problems here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And but no problem with the forecast, at least today.
No, some people are like, hey, what happened to winter or spring? Well, you're going to get that today. It felt a lot like summer. Here's what it looks like right now from our valley cam. This one at Meadow Lakes this morning. You can see cloud cover as we look down towards the valley floor. This is about 5,000 feet or so. We're trying to look more towards the city of Fresno. The mountain communities, you could pick up a few light showers throughout the day for today. Or for the valley, we're going to have to wait until tonight or all the way through tomorrow. But much cooler today. Upper 60s to lower 70s. You're going to have the winds increase again throughout the day. Northwest 15 to 20 miles an hour, similar to yesterday. Those clouds will continue to build throughout the day. And of course, up in the mountains, those are the best chances of seeing a little bit of rain for today. But starting tomorrow, there could even be snow in Shaver Lake. We'll talk more about the winter-like conditions in a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Ruben. We have been following some breaking news just over the last half hour or so. This is in Kern County. The Sheriff's Department confirms 4 people are dead after a shooting in Mojave. Deputies say the victims were found around 11 last night with injuries from some kind of a violent assault. 3 died on scene. A 4th victim died at the hospital. Deputies say all 4 victims were in their 20s to 30s, although at this point it's unclear how they knew each other. Now, this is in Mojave, about 20 minutes southeast of Bakersfield. Deputies have not released any suspect information at this time. Yosemite National Park set to fully reopen later this morning. It was closed over the weekend because of the potential of flooding. Eastern portion of the park from El Capitan Bridge all the way to the east, Yosemite Village Lodge, was set to be in a flood watch area because the Merced River was expected to rise above crest level. However, park officials say that didn't happen. The Yosemite Valley portion of the park reopened yesterday. The rest of the park set to open at 7 this morning. Officials are still monitoring river levels. Temperatures getting higher means more water in the river that could lead to more potential flooding and thus more closures.
We may see additional flooding, but we're all keeping a very close eye on that and ensuring that visitors and guests are safe when they come into the park.
The National Weather Service says the Merced River tends to flood every 5 to 7 years. The last time the river flooded was in 2017. The last time before that was 6 years ago in 2011.
Well, take a look at this rescue that happened in Sonoma County back Saturday night in Marin County. 3 U.S. Air Force service members had to witness a car plunging more than 500 feet over the side of a cliff where it was wedged against a tree. While the airmen lowered themselves down the ravine to call for help. Air crews from the sheriff's office were able to hoist the victim to safety and transfer the victim to a medical chopper where the driver had to be flown to a trauma center with major injuries, but thankfully is expected to be okay.
After hours of searching, search and rescue teams found the wreckage of a single-engine plane that crashed Saturday night. The pilot was the only person on board and was found dead at the scene. Search efforts began shortly after air controllers lost contact with the plane. Search efforts were hampered by thick ground fog and rugged terrain, but rescuers used the plane's emergency beacon and the pilot's phone to find the plane. The FAA and NTSB are investigating the crash.
Well, a wildfire burning on San Bernardino County continued throughout the weekend. Well, this burned more than 200 acres and is almost 20% contained. Well, according to officials, the blaze posed no immediate threat to populated areas as it burned very steep terrain deep into the forest. Well, the cause of the fire is under investigation.
Porterville police are investigating after a person was found dead inside an apartment. It happened on North H Street around 1:30 Monday morning. When officers got there, they found the body of 27-year-old with fatal injuries inside an apartment. We're told a family member found the body, called 911. Right now, the investigation is still ongoing.
Well, nearly 20 people have been displaced after a fire ripped through an entire apartment complex in Fresno. Let's take a look at some of those damages. Well, fire crews say they received a 911 call just after 5 Sunday afternoon. Well, that fire spread from a utility room to the attic of about 10 apartment units. Now, fire crews had to actually cut a hole in the roof to put out this fire. Well, that's despite the quick action from firefighters.
Unfortunately, it displaced all the residents of the whole complex. So we had 11 adults and 7 children that were displaced. There had been some homeless activity in the area, and our investigators working on scene to discover the cause and origin of the fire.
Now, for those people displaced, they were helped by some friends and family of the American Red Cross. Nobody was injured in this incident.
A woman recovering in the hospital after being hit by a car while crossing the street in Porterville. Police say it happened Friday morning on Morton Avenue and Prospect Street. Officers say when they got there, they found a 47-year-old woman lying on the curb. They say the 22-year-old driver was going southbound, making a left turn when she hit the woman in the crosswalk. The woman was rushed to the hospital. This incident is being investigated by Porterville police. California's prison system is facing a new lawsuit by the ACLU alleging racist practices against inmates. According to that suit, certain prisoners are singled out because of their perceived race. The ACLU says corrections officials contact ICE agents to refer inmates who appear, in their eyes, foreign-born. They claim those inmates are flagged and placed on immigration holds, even if they are U.S. citizens or lawful residents. The Department of Corrections says it is reviewing this lawsuit. KSEE050 Sunrise time is 6:39.
And still ahead, a day of celebrating the gifts of children through an appreciation of their arts with a bilingual book reading. That story coming up after the break.
And we've got a major cool down for the new work week. First, your 40 allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. Oak, ash, and birch are the top pollens. We're in the low to medium high range through Thursday. I'll show you the drop in temperatures with a little bit of rain as KSEE Sunrise continues.
We're seeing voice history. I've got goosebumps as I'm saying it.
I can only take 2 artists into semifinals. Had I known this is going to be so tough, I would have quit a season before.
The Voice, new tonight on NBC.
No, we're not wrestling tonight.
Can WWE wrestlers knock out the competition? That's my jam, tonight on NBC.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
This month at the Tachi Palace is going to be amazing. It's May-nificent. I mean, there's so many Mays to win, you should be here all May long. Because with over 2,000 winners and $300,000 in cash and prizes on the line, it's going to be mayhem. This May, it's more winners and more chances to cha-cha-ching at the Tachi Palace Casino Resort. This is 40.
Low E, also known as low energy, is wreaking havoc on millions.
I can't even pull out the hose.
Thankfully, there's Planet Fitness. Now through May 10th, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. It's how you turn your low E into big fitness energy. Our clean and spacious, judgment-free zone has equipment for every workout to keep you energized all day. Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month. No commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, May 10th.
This van just hit me out of nowhere. I thought I was dead. After the accident, I was in a lot of pain, and I decided that I needed to get an attorney because I could not work. I called Jacoby and Myers. They had their own dream team for every need, every area. They took care of me like a queen. I would recommend you call Jacoby and Myers. They really went to bat for me.
If you've been in a serious accident, we are here for you. Call Jacoby and Myers. Justice for you since 1972.
And we're off to a chilly start this morning. It's going to be cooler compared to yesterday. And of course, yesterday was cooler compared to Saturday, where it felt a lot like summer, and it might even feel like winter fairly soon. Let's check out the sunrise happening right now. Live picture from our Valley Cam outside our KSEE050 studios. You can see a little bit of cloud cover out there as we look off to the east this morning. 50 degrees in Fresno. Winds are northwest at 9 miles an hour. And of course, we're going to have the occasional winds of 15 to 20 miles an hour once again, similar to yesterday. The cooling continues. Have these sweaters and jackets handy as students head out the door this morning. Temperatures in the upper 40s to low 50s through about 8 o'clock or so this morning. And then we're going to be in the upper 60s to lower 70s today. Cloudy, cool and breezy. A few showers tomorrow, even some snow in this year, about 5,000 feet or so. And then we have another chance of some rain on Thursday. End of the weekend, temperatures warm up. We'll share that 7-day forecast in a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
Dozens in the Valley celebrated El Dia del Niño with a bilingual book reading.
Thank you.
Organizers say Dia del Niño is a day celebrated every year throughout the Latin community. It's a day to nurture Latino culture and art for young children. Families were able to bring their kids out, enjoy reading in both English and Spanish on the lawn at Arte de Americas.
The Dia del Niño is a celebration that occurs every year, and it is celebrated throughout Latin America. And today we are celebrating children.
There was music, art, and of course, lots of book reading. The event wrapped up at 3 o'clock.
Well, an interactive health workshop at Fresno State allowed people to learn more about careers in the healthcare industry. School of Nursing hosted that summit back on Sunday morning, where professionals in the field spoke about their experiences in nursing, dental hygiene, physical therapy, and a whole lot more. Organizers say it's a way for the people in the Valley to learn more about what the healthcare industry has to offer.
KSEE050 Sunrise Time 6:44.
And still ahead, riders around the country prepping for a strike as negotiations find a solution. Continue on.
There are terrific stories highlighting education across the Valley.
Stories of remarkable students and teachers, innovative programs, and curriculum.
Dedicated to improving our communities.
The Fresno County Superintendent of Schools and KSEE024 are committed to sharing these achievements
through stories that focus on educational excellence in our community.
Education Matters, Mondays at 6:30 on KSEE024, local news that matters.
Made possible by EECU, Fresno State, and Chevron.
All this week on Today.
I was just passing through. On my way to you.
Superstars and Spotlights. Jennifer Lopez, Joanna Gaines, and Broadway takes over the plaza. All this week on Today.
Dad?
I was the lead singer.
Packing tape is like roadside assistance. Quality matters. So join AAA, America's most recommended roadside service.
All work and no play. Yeah, you know the rest of it. Meet Cindy and Mindy. Identical twins, only in appearance. Cindy loves chicken wings and cheering on the dog. Mindy loves music and dancing the two-step. Twins like this need their own sitcom. But DNA is the real character here. Dancing is in their genes. An epic night ×2. Yeah! Table Mountain Casino Resort.
We've seen a wet winter season this year. Along with green grass and spring flowers, allergies may start earlier, and COVID, flu, and other viruses are still very active. Buzz Allergy knows coughing, wheezing, and headaches due to allergies and asthma can mimic virus symptoms. Take away the guesswork and get proper diagnosis and early treatment from our Valley locations before allergy symptoms arrive. Stay safe and stay healthy. Contact Buzz Allergy today and breathe easier.
Hey, Central Valley, Mario Lopez here, and I want to tell you that the doors to Eagle Mountain Casino's new location right off Highway 65 in Porterville will open soon with more of everything. More winning, more slots, more table games, more dining, more entertainment, a tap house, and the center bar where you can enjoy your favorite sports and drinks. Eagle Mountain Casino is still the people's casino, just moving a little closer to you in Porterville.
A garden hose is like roadside assistance. Quality matters. So join AAA, America's most recommended roadside service.
The Junior League of Fresno Senior Girl Athlete Awards, May 10th at 7 on KSEE024.
Welcome back. A little chilly out there this morning, and it's going to be much cooler this afternoon. Our cooling trend continues. We might even have a little bit of rain by the middle part of the week. We are in the 40s this morning, 49 in Visalia, 50 in Fresno, 42 in Merced, and 43 in Lemoore. It is much colder out there compared to this time yesterday. 18 degrees colder in Lemoore, 14 degrees colder in Fresno, and 16 degrees colder in Merced. Wind's not too bad right now. They are going to pick up very similar to yesterday, 15 to 20 miles an hour throughout the day, and they're very gusty on the west side of the valley, especially Merced County along Interstate 5. That's one of the areas that could have wind gusts close to 25 miles an hour. Take you outside to show you a live picture this morning from our Valley Cam, powered by Eagle Mountain Casino. This one at the new casino, which opens next week in Porterville. You see the sunlight over the cloud cover in the mountain range of Tulare County this morning. And this is all because of a low pressure system taking its time moving down the coast of California. Of course, it started to pull in some cooler yesterday. We dropped into the 80s to create some wind. Even though we had some fairly clear conditions, we're expecting a little bit more cloud cover for today, more so in tomorrow. But it's pushing that ridge of high pressure out of the way. That's what kept us technically hot Friday into Saturday, and things are calm on our radar right now. Maybe just a few light raindrops towards the northern portions of the Fresno and Madera County mountains, but futurecast shows clouds increasing throughout the day. Things will be dry for the valley in the Sierra and foothills, especially to the north. A few light showers possible throughout the day, but there's a better chance starting tonight into tomorrow for some rain, even some snow in the highest terrain of the Sierra. But tonight after sunset, there could be a few showers in the valley. I think we have a better chance tomorrow, but it's going to be scattered activity. It's going to be very isolated. Not everybody will get rain for tomorrow, and the snow levels will be between 5,000 to 6,000 feet in the Sierra, and it's just a few inches of snow. We're not anticipating the rain events we had December, January, February, March. This is fairly light rain, but it's just a huge change after it was dry and fairly hot for the first half of the weekend. Maybe a quarter inch of rain across the Central Valley. Some committees are suggesting close to an inch of rain in some parts of the photo committees. I think that's just exaggerating a little bit. I think more likely a half an inch is possible. Still got that flood watch in effect for Yosemite through tomorrow morning. Still got that flood advisory and the flood warning for the San Joaquin and the Kings River until further notice. Temperatures today, upper 60s to lower 70s. Average for this time of year is about 77, 78. We're going to be well below that for today, and much cooler compared to Friday and Saturday when we were in the mid to upper 90s. And of course, walking the pups today, best to take care of that early on. You're going to deal with a little bit of wind throughout the day, but temperatures will be comfortable and dry. Showers moving later on for tonight. This is our friend Timmy. I know it's kind of tough to see right here, but he is watching KSEE Sunrise, and I told specifically that he was watching the dog walking forecast. So Timmy, if you're watching yourself right now, there you go, buddy. Thank you to Kim for sending me this picture on my Facebook page. As always, show us pictures of your pups. Go to Ruben KSEE24 social media. We'll show it right here. 70 forecast shows the cool down continues. 60s tomorrow, some scattered showers, maybe a few thunderstorms here and there in certain parts of the valley. We'll get a break on Wednesday, still fairly cool, but a few more showers are possible on Thursday, and then we will dry out for the weekend and warm up, but temperatures stay below average. As always, you can watch your forecast any time of the day. Just go to yourcentralvalley.com. For now, we will send it back to you.
The entertainment industry is facing a major work stoppage potentially this week. The Writers Guild and the studios, they're still at the bargaining table trying to work out a deal.
That's right, but right now a contract agreement is nowhere to be found as people prepare to strike.
If a strike happens, it would be Hollywood's first strike in 15 years. The union's demands include nearly $600 million in wage increases. Its members have authorized a strike, which could be called as early as Tuesday.
If there is a walkout, scores of TV and film productions across the nation will be forced to stop, and late-night talk shows would go off the air. Well, sure, texting is quick and easy, but voice messaging surging in popularity.
Short voice notes becoming a newer way to communicate, especially among people in their teens, 20s, and 30s.
Well, voice messaging has been around for years now. I'm sure some of us know that, but it's growing pretty fast. Many say it's a lot more personal and human than just sending over a quick text. Polls actually reveal about 2/3 of us have sent at least one voice message, and about 1/3 of us use it at least weekly or every day.
How do you react when you see a voice note coming through on text or group chat, what have you, and it's like 2 minutes and 13 seconds? Is it like, oh boy?
I love it, because usually the person that's sending me one that's that long, it's like we're like talking something funny.
Yeah, and I like using it as like a personal podcast on my way home. It's just like, just play it, and then I'm driving home, just listen to all the voice notes that I missed while I was at work.
So someone that's driving to, like, next to you, I wonder what their reactions are.
No, they're just watching me listen. They're just watching me listen to voice notes. The Super Mario Brothers movie has officially passed the $1 billion mark in worldwide ticket sales.
That's right. Well, the animated blockbuster opened in Japan over the weekend, giving the movie just enough boost to reach that milestone.
It only took 26 days for the Nintendo-themed feature to pass the $1 billion threshold, becoming the 10th animated movie to now make more than $1 billion at the box office.
Well, Mario is also Universal's third biggest animated movie ever. That's behind the Minions and Despicable Me 3.
Season 6 of Black Mirror headed to Netflix this June.
That's right. Well, the Emmy Award-winning show claims this next season will be the most unpredictable, unclassifiable, and unexpected yet. The series has an impressive list of stars, including Aaron Paul, Salma Hayek, Kate Mara, and Josh Hartnett, among others.
Right now, there's no word on the exact release date or how many episodes will be available.
Should I watch? Do you watch this?
I do not.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe I should watch it.
I've heard good things, but I have not watched it.
Good cast, tell you that.
KSEE 24 Sunrise Time is 6:53. We're going to take a look at this morning's top stories after the break.
Why do crashes like these keep happening? Look what happened to this kindergarten teacher.
No, I woke up a few days later in the hospital without my legs.
Next, Inside Edition.
Inside Edition, tonight at 7 on KSEE24.
Today, buying drugs is as easy as sending a text. Parents, please talk to your kids about the dangers of fentanyl-laced drugs before it's too late.
You didn't choose cat allergies. You didn't choose your hairline, hot flashes, the flu, or that thing when your knee just gives out for no reason. You didn't choose your bad back, or this, or that. You didn't choose depression, melanoma, or lactose intolerance. But with Kaiser Permanente, you can choose your doctor who works with other best-in-class specialists to care for all that is you.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
Enrollment is now open. Homeschool offers a flexible schedule to meet your family's needs. In Kingsburg Elementary Charter School District, we offer everything you need to participate in the successful education of your child. Credentialed teachers, multiple curriculum options, ballet, piano, Spanish and ASL lessons, science and math support classes, monthly field trips, STEAM kit opportunities, and more. There's even 24-hour online student support from a professional tutor. At Central Valley Homeschool, we find a way for all students to learn.
In our world, goodness is being threatened. But the Baby Bell snack heroes are here to save the day and restore the goodness. Baby Bell, join the goodness.
Join KSEE24 and Exceptional Parents Unlimited at the 30th Annual Fiesta de los Niños, Saturday, May 20th at the Grand on the Bluffs. Miracles happen when we support families in our community. Get your tickets today at epuchildren.org, presented by Calviva.
Your Character Matters, Tuesdays at 5 on KSEE24, local news that matters.
Here's a look at today's top stories. In Kern County, the Sheriff's Department confirms 4 people are dead after a violent assault in Mojave. Our sister station at Bakersfield is reporting this as a mass shooting. Deputies say 3 victims died on the scene. The 4th victim died at the hospital. Deputies say all 4 victims were in their 20s to 30s. It is unclear how they knew each other. Deputies have not released any suspect information at this time.
Well, California's prison system facing a new lawsuit by the ACLU. Well, it's alleging racist practices against some of the inmates. Well, according to that suit, certain prisoners are singled out based on their perceived race. The ACLU says correction officials contact ICE agents to refer inmates who appear, quote, foreign-born. Well, they claim those inmates are flagged and placed on immigration holds even if they are U.S. citizens or lawful residents. The Department of Corrections says it is reviewing this lawsuit.
Yosemite National Park set to fully reopen later this morning. It was closed over the weekend because of potential flooding concerns. The Yosemite Valley portion of the park reopened yesterday. The rest of the park is set to open at 7 this morning. However, officials are still monitoring river levels. Temperatures rising means more water in the river. That could lead to more potential closures down the line.
Well, Porterville police investigating after a person was found dead inside an apartment. This all happened on North H Street around 1:30 Monday morning. When officers got there, they found the body of a 27-year-old person with fatal injuries inside an apartment. Now, we're told a family member found the body and immediately called 911. Right now, the investigation is still ongoing.
And we're dealing with a little bit of cloud cover out there in the mountains this morning and on the east side of the valley. Here's a live picture from our valley cam. This one at Meadow Lakes in Fresno County. We're trying to look down towards the valley floor. Off in the distance, you would normally see Fresno and Clovis, but those clouds continue to build over the valley. And of course, it is going to be much cooler today. A little bit of clearing in Fresno. We can check out the sunrise happening right now from our valley cam. This one at Block Construction at Palm and Herndon. You can see the sunlight over the mountain range and the cloud cover this morning. Those clouds will continue to increase throughout the day. In the Sierra and foothills today, especially to the north, some light showers are possible. Things will be dry for the valley, but it's going to be cooler and windy at times, similar to yesterday. But yesterday we were in the 80s, and of course Saturday we were in the 90s, 70s today, some upper 60s in the outlying areas of the valley. But expect a few showers as early as sunset for tonight. That continues into tomorrow. It's going to be scattered shower activity and maybe even a few thunderstorms here and there. And snow levels in this year about 5,000 feet. We're only talking about light rain and a few inches of snow. We'll get a break on Wednesday, but our highs stay in the 60s, and then we're in the 60s still on Thursday once again, with temperatures are going to be fairly cool for this time of year. Another round of showers here and there, and then skies will start to clear as we move forward into the weekend. Temperatures will start to warm up. It's going to be cool for this time of year, but not as warm as it was last weekend. So a lot of people were saying, like, hey, it was summer. What happened to spring? What happened to winter? Well, it's back for this week, and this weekend not too bad. Much more comfortable out there. I think it was just a little too hot on Saturday.
Yeah, it should be a nice weekend coming up.
I know. This is some comfy weather. Break from my bugs. I'm going to keep talking about it, folks, because I want them gone.
You should share your picture with the folks on social media.
I should. I'll put it on my Facebook. You said they had some weird
Today's
links.
show is on next. We'll be back at 11 for midday.